Kasana try.
But you know what? Something is going to come up, and Kasana is going to win.
Surely within Christmas though.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me. I think they told me. I think was she from Sozel? I think. Somebody told me Kasana wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and pray, so she could win that trip. What you tell me for?
Hey, Kasana, next time wake up at 5 to 4.
You're too bad. You're too bad.
Well, me, when you see machine when running behind me, I wake up all hour of the morning.
Hey, anyways,
oh my God,
it was a fun contest. We had fun doing it. So,
yeah, man.
Hopefully next year, same time, same place.
I love the energy that Nigel allowed us to give. He said, "Yo, listen, a lot of people to call in and blah blah blah." So I love that energy. So thank you for that. That you gave people more ways to win.
We love our Lucians.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up Noel and the bird. He going Dominic win.
The man says a surprise. You know what's smart? You know, we said the wrong name there.
Yeah, man. It finished.
Boy.
Now you have to make sure which one. Because that's 3 nights, you know. You don't want to spend 3 nights in the wrong one.
As man say, you all natural.
Nigel going and put the person in the same room with Noel. But Noel, we're not even giving you 2 beds. 1 bed, 1 chum.
You know what thing they're player? Trump.
Hey, what Trump do you guys?
Wait. No. He okay, Collision, I want you to listen to it, right?
Okay, I will.
There was a Gaza peace summit in Egypt, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to double check. I think it's in Egypt. And he was on the podium. And to me, it sounded like he hit it on he made a pass at the Italian. Does Italy have a president, a prime minister, right?
Prime minister.
Wait, just now, let me check it. Listen to it carefully and tell me, do you think Trump made a pass at
With which hand you?
just now. Listen to this. Listen to this, huh?
You ever see that?
Listen to this. 1 second.
Woman. Now, if you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career, but I'll take my chances. Where is she? There she is. You don't mind being called beautiful, right? Because you are. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. She wanted to be here, and she's incredible, and they really respect her in Italy. She's a very successful politician.
I'll tell you, Adonis constructs better sentences than...
No, Trump does not give you bad sentences. He uses the easiest
words he could find.
And you know why his messages come across better and more effective?
Because everybody could understand little words.
Everybody from a 5-year-old to a 60,
what he's saying.
They could understand everything, single thing that he's saying.
Yeah. He could sing the Henry segment. He give you a little ABC there. He finished with that.
So you answer the question.
Do I think he made a pass? I don't know. You never know what he's doing.
Sounded like it too.
It sounded like he wanted to say something.
You know, in America,
like,
if you call a woman beautiful, it may be the end of your political career. But I don't care.
At the end of the day, Trump said, listen, I have a feeling I'm getting rid of you now, but you know something, I go keep you around still. Alright,
boy.
So here it is. An armed security guard at Philadelphia IHOP fatally shoots customer in the head after he allegedly spit on her.
Say that again, what?
So, 39-year-old armed security guard Yahaira Melendez, sound like she's going to get deported with that name, has been arrested and charged with murder after fatally shooting an alleged homeless man in the head inside Center City IHOP on Walnut Street. Oh boy. Investigators tell hold on, I pressed something there. Investigators say the 43-year-old victim was unarmed and allegedly spit on Melendez moments before she fired her weapon. The shooting has sparked outrage across Philadelphia, with many questioning whether deadly force was necessary and how businesses handle encounters involving unhoused individuals. I will tell all you one thing and one thing only. It depends on her race, and it depends on the victim's race. Nothing ain't happen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see why you say that. In regards to that situation, I mean, we were not there when, you know...
Jaquan, you don't have to be there for...
No, not that I'm talking about. I'm referring to, like, how it got so bad. Like, I understand, like, a homeless person spat on you, but then does that justify you putting out your
Exactly.
weapon and taking their life?
I don't think there's any justification here.
That's what I'm referring to.
I don't think we have to worry about how it happened, how it didn't happen. Somebody spit on me, I ain't shoot them in the head. That's crazy. Not even in the finger, in the head.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, even say you put the person, you temporarily name them or whatever the case may be. You straight up kill the person? Nah, man, nah.
What was the word he used yesterday, Nigel?
Which one? Jaquan? I can't remember. Jaquan is making his own words.
He wanted to say premeditated. But big up yourself, Reggie.
Cannot remember.
Regardless, either way, she getting locked up, so she better just try.
But I just tell you, it depends. It depends. If she
depends on the race.
Yeah, man, it depends on the race.
Well, like you said, with a name like that, Spice might look into her a little closer. But
no, she going back where she come from.
But regardless,
she going back where her mother born.
That justifies any form of using deadly.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to kill anybody. A 29-year-old Missouri woman arrested after allegedly giving her ex a cooler containing a human fetus and saying, "Here's your kid."
Hold on, what?
America.
What? Jeez, man.
She showed up at her ex-boyfriend's house with a taped up cooler and telling him, "Here's your kid."
Up cooler.
According to court records, the man later opened the cooler and discovered what appeared to be a human fetus inside. Deputies with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office responded to a call just before 3 a.m. on September 18th, where they confirmed the shocking discovery. She was taken into custody and charged with felony first-degree harassment. Okay, I don't want to laugh. They charged her with harassment. She told police that, said a victim told police the woman had previously claimed to be pregnant, but he didn't believe her because she was a habitual liar. She later messaged him saying she'd had a miscarriage, then allegedly arrived at his door hours later with the cooler, with his baby in it. Look, your child.
Wow.
I know, man.
Yo, that's just disturbing on a whole other level.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have called me, you could have called me, you could have sent a picture of the child and everything, but...
Wow.
Jeez, so what we're gonna go on to here, I saw a little story earlier. So it was in regards to what Elon Musk is doing. Surprisingly,
what are you doing again?
Surprisingly, it's not about Trump this time, but Elon Musk. I don't know why he makes so obsessed with space. Like, I understand you could have your interest in thing, but anyway, let me just continue the article. So it says, after a series of failed attempts, SpaceX has finally succeeded in completing its 11th Starship flight test, marking a major step forward for Elon Musk's ambitious space program. The massive rocket lifted off from Starbase, Texas, and flew for more than an hour before successfully splash landing in the Indian Ocean. This test was designed to assess Starship's reusable design, a key feature Musk hopes will eventually make long-distance space travel more affordable and sustainable. But the thing is, I understand the whole need for going into space, but just to go
you
and do
understand
what?
the need? But if to go and do what means you
what?
are... So, Jaquan, you just
I would
contradict
say,
yourself.
It's the first time like I explored
But
it.
you are contradicting yourself because you just say you understand the need to go out into space, but then you're going to say to do what? But the need is what they're going to do.
So what they're gonna do? Just try and find life over there, build a whole other civilization. We're gonna steal. So we're gonna eventually abandon Earth. What's the whole? The broader plan?
No. For me alone, all of them. Trump, all of them could go to space and abandon Earth. We don't mind.
It says, according to reports, Houston article, the mission. It says here from the Houston article, the mission went smoothly with engineers collecting valuable data to prepare for future crewed missions to the moon and Mars. The success represents a turning point for SpaceX, which has faced multiple failed launches and explosions in previous tests. Musk has described Starship as the most powerful rocket ever built, capable of carrying both astronauts and cargo to deep space destinations, including future NASA lunar missions. Meanwhile, BBC and other outlets have also linked this milestone to growing trends among tech billionaires, including Musk and Zuckerberg, who are quote-unquote doom preparing, which is investing in bunkers, remote properties, and other survival
What
measures
happen when they lose oxygen?
in case of a global catastrophe. But
when they go into space and abandon Earth, they need to take the 3 little boys who will rape the 5-year-old girl, the man in Jamaica who will kill his daughter, and Nicki Minaj. Just go with all of them.
why Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj alleges multiple people have been using her Amex card without permission, claiming over 20K in unauthorized charges, and even a tracking device linked to one suspect's phone. You cannot, after Cardi B already tell me that your husband does be stealing your card to use and give to multiple people to use, you cannot tell me you don't know who using the card.
Like
that tracking device, when she make the when she track it, it leads right back to her house.
But to think about it,
for years,
$20,000 not much for what's this, Nicki Minaj?
It does not matter. It could be 1 cent. It's her money.
True, but
it's her money.
But if it's an ex, now probably getting his lick back.
So a lick back from what? A couple of them have been doing it for years, and she filed the first report a couple weeks ago. Listen to me. This is where we say to people, and we on a small scale here in St. Lucia, right? If you an artist, a DJ, even a business person, you learn basic accounting. There are basic accounting. You learn basic accounting. Listen, you don't even need no accounting skills. You don't even need a degree to know. You pay attention to your credit card. You have monthly statements coming in.
That's what everything.
People are using your card for years, and you seeing it now?
No.
So that means you're not paying attention to none of your business.
But again, someone like Nicki Minaj, if all the assets and streams of income she has, she probably even checked that.
How do we know that? That's what. Let me tell you. Sometimes I don't think people have so much money. I ain't saying she don't have money, but I don't think people have so much money, and then you check they don't have it. Nigel, are you okay?
Yeah, man. Boom.
Nigel is always like that student in the back of the class.
No, just some good news this morning. Sorry. Just, y'all know we love football on this program, right? And what's happening next year in regards to football? What's the biggest football tournament of all?
Nigel semi-pro. Leave me alone.
Wow.
I don't know.
What's the biggest football event of
Is
them
it
all?
the Olympics?
Wow.
I don't know. I have no
Jaquan,
idea.
what about you? You a guy. Huh?
Premier League.
I don't even know what football going on this weekend.
Is it the
Next
World Cup?
year, we have the World Cup.
Hey, I was correct.
No, you're not.
In my second answer, yes.
He said the World Cup, and then he said what cup? I have no idea.
You're special, you know.
I don't even know what football it have this
But
weekend.
let's talk about the Caribbean first, because a lot of history may be about to be made, right? Curacao faces a crucial World Cup qualifier against Trinidad and Tobago.
You know, I was going to say Trinidad.
I think, is it 7 p.m.? 1900 hours is what, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m?
7.
7, that sounds right.
Yeah, you special.
So,
you special.
I was right the first time. Right? So,
you asked the question.
So Curaçao's national football team will face a decisive World Cup qualifying match today or this evening against Trinidad and Tobago, currently third in the group standings. Now, this may, be a historic moment for them because they have never qualified for the World Cup before. You understand? So they're saying that Curacao enters the match this evening with growing confidence after a convincing 2-0 win over Jamaica on Friday. All right? And they're saying with 7 points from 3 matches, Curacao now sits at the top of this group, fueling optimism across the island that World Cup qualification may finally be within reach. So if they win that match, they qualify. They qualify. And that would be a good look for them. They might be one of the smallest islands. And I think just yesterday, it was official that the Cape Verde Islands, they qualified for the World Cup. big things. You
Small Island
understand?
massive.
Yeah.
Smaller than big things.
Let me see if your team the collision. Let me see if you have any of your let me see if any of your teams have qualified yet.
Kitty, my have
What's
team.
You have team? All right, let's do that. No, but so far, we do have qualifying teams.
Curacao is the closest for me.
Cape Verde, Ghana, Egypt. There's a whole list of them. So we'll cover that when everything is settled.
Yeah.
To who has already qualified to the World Cup 2026.
I'll take Curacao, no problem.
Yeah, Curacao.
Yeah, right.
That's closest to you, right?
Closest to me, yeah.
All right, good vibes.
So, guys, a father in Lenoke County, Arkansas, says the system let his 14-year-old daughter down, and now he's trying to take control. So, Aaron Spencer, he was charged with killing. So, Aaron is about to take control. He was charged with killing Michael Fosler, that's a 67-year-old whom he says was driving off with his daughter after grooming and raping her. Investigators say Spencer forced the vehicle off the road and shot the man. Now he is deciding to run for sheriff. He launches a run for sheriff. I agree with him. Go be the chief of police now, sir. Because the system failed his family.
Wow.
That's a sad story there. Right?
But Gaza, you killed somebody because they took your daughter, rape your daughter, tried to run off with your daughter. At the end of the day, I still don't see why you have to kill somebody. Well, it's my child. If it was my child, I would have seen how.
Yeah, you can't really say like how they would do it, because in the moment, when, especially as a parent, you see that, and that just the image just keeps on replaying in your head, and you just want to do something
Yeah, but
about
then
it.
now he's.
You had filled with rage, and then they did him. Boy,
But if
sometimes
he's
you
the
can't control
sheriff,
yourself.
if he's the sheriff now, Jaquan, can you imagine what can happen after? He's still very much scarred from what happened to his daughter, right?
Yeah.
He's still very much scarred. So now he going to be the sheriff if he wins. Just imagine every time this image comes in his mind.
Well, yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, exactly. I can
So
see that.
that's where I thinking. That's where I'm going with the thinking. Nigel, what do you think?
Boy, life.
Did I just say life? You do a Jaquan then.
Life. Boy, so many parameters. And to be honest, I was actually focused on something else.
I know, that's why I said.
Yeah,
you know when you're in the class, right?
I'm a winner. I was sorting out the winner on the WhatsApp platform, so I didn't hear half of what you just said a while ago. I apologize.
You know when the teacher realized you're not paying attention, and the teacher said, Nigel, that's why I asked you, Nigel, what do you think? Nigel says life.
Our winner Noel just sent in his information, so I'm just taking care of our winner.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
So,
big up Noel, man.
apologies. Yeah.
Yeah. US
I
education.
also didn't tell you you like reggae, right? You like reggae music.
We absolutely do.
Listen, if you don't like reggae, that's a
World
big red
music
flag.
views. I wish Yadi was around. World music
He around it,
views.
he on the phone. He
They
always
released the top 100 reggae albums of all time. We're gonna do the top 10.
listening. Where's Sean Paul?
No, we're talking about dancehall. We're talking about reggae.
Reggae. Okay.
At number 10, I think this is one of the most accurate lists I've seen so far, right? At number 10, they put Culture, an album released from 1977, 2/7's Clash. That's the name of the album.
Okay.
At number 10, we're supposed to be familiar with some of the songs on that one. At number 9, they rank Chronics, his album from 2017, his first album, Chronology,
Yeah.
at number 9. At number 8, Damian Marley, Welcome to Jam Rock.
Yeah.
Album
That
released
was a good
in
one.
2005.
Yeah.
At number 7, Sizzler, Black Woman and Child.
Yes,
That's from 1997.
yes. Oh my God.
You know how many Rastas are here because of Sizzler, because of that album? A lot of fellas go tell you they put their dress after the album, So that's number
When did
7.
you put yours? After that album?
After Sprague, I put Locks, Yeah. So Black Woman and Child, number 7. Also, 1997 are those 2 albums, I imagine that. Buju Banton is at number 6 for his
Jaquan wasn't
1997 release, of Inner Heights.
Inner Heights.
That's
I
a big
love
album.
that album, right?
But not my favorite album though from him.
For me, it's the
The Hills and Valleys.
Number 5. Don't say it because it might be.
okay.
in
Yeah,
there.
it might be in there.
Number 5, Peter Tosh, with his 1983 release of Mama Africa.
My mom is gonna love to hear this.
Yeah. Number 4, Damian Marley is there again with Halfway Tree, an album released in 2001. In 3rd position, mind you, we haven't talked about Bob Marley yet, eh?
He probably number 1 still.
So, in 3rd position for best albums, reggae albums of all time, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Catch a Fire from 1973. Number 2,
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley and the Wailers, 1977 release of Exodus.
Right. I love that.
So guess who is ranked as the number 1 reggae album of all time?
Bob Marley, with which one of his albums?
They had to say Bob Marley. If I would that, they would come up with Bob Marley. To me, Bob Marley might take the top 3, you know.
Till Shiloh? That was what I was gonna say. It's Buju Banton, right?
Buju Banton
And that is my
has the number 1 ranked reggae album of all time with his 1995 release of Till Shiloh.
I got put out of class for that. For writing
I
this.
picked up that CD at a store. Was it Sam Goody? I was in America and I want that CD. Check it.
So a friend of
I was
ours,
gonna come for them times, you know.
Alicia. I'm not sure if she traveled to the US. Alicia, by the way, is both Amja's sister.
Yeah, she's in the US.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she traveled to the US or whatever. Somebody
She
from
lives
over
there now?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about at
Compre
that time.
days, right.
Compre. And they had this. That's the first time we saw the CD cover with the actual words for the song. So it was like a little book.
Right.
Right? People now probably say,
You know
oh,
what
the
you're talking
collision.
about.
But we were young. We were
Yeah.
young. And everybody is passing it on so we could write the words for the songs, so
lyrics.
we know the
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
And I sat in home economics class.
With Miss
Writing.
Gabriel, what was the teacher? Miss Gabriel?
I can't remember she name,
Miss
but
Campbell?
we were under the steps. You know when you come.
Yeah.
And I sit down in the back of the class writing, and then she was like, Shema Sinclair, what are you doing? I like writing my song. How do you make scones? I like, what am I supposed to know about scones? I don't care about scones. You come in and tell me about scones. And they put me out of the class. I got put out of the class for that album because I was writing out the words in my notebook instead of figuring out how to make scones. Jik toujours, I don't know how to make scones. But I know every single song word for word on that album. When you said Inner Heights, I was like, and they didn't even say Till Shiloh. And then you said, don't say anything, it might be there. Because you know I was going to say Till Shiloh, right?
That is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, man.
Till Shiloh, Buju Banton.
Yeah, man, that's
Another one up
so
there
good.
as one of my
Every
favorite
single
albums
song.
would be Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Miseducation
The
of Lauryn Hill.
Miseducation,
That's one of my favorite albums. Nas has one of my favorite albums as well. So like, yo,
Yeah,
that's a good list. That's a good
you
list.
know what? Let's celebrate Buju. I'm a play a segment, and then our colleague has something coming up that
Right.
I think we should dedicate a little segment to as well. Some of the dancehall greats, but not necessarily with a million hit songs. You understand? But them is tunes that when you hear them, you understand dancehall
For real.
is still very much alive.
For real.
So we can do a little segment, man.
All right. And hey, later on, Collision, Jaquan is going to be teaching you your Creole word of the day before
bought
Kutino
you.
Kamaje. Okay?
Jaquan
Stay
can-
tuned for that.
I know Creole.
Well, he's going to teach you something.
Jaquan don't know Creole.
A lot of Creole collision don't know it.
Thank you. So Jaquan is going to school you. Even with the help of Lucy, he's going to school you this morning. Okay?
And when do you get schooled?
Maybe at the same time with you. Now, mind you, he does make the.
I know words
He
you
does
don't
make his
know.
own English words and take his own Creole.
If it makes, at least you'll understand.
Commercial break.
When you break, keep it locked.
Celebrate 25 years of Creole music, magic, and memories at Dominica's World Creole Music Festival, October 24th to 26th. 3 nights of pulsating rhythms, bouillon, calypso, soca, reggae, dancehall.